Hi guys, how you going? Mason Corby here from Downunder. So today's video we're going to be talking about in-face head down carving. So this is like back flying as well, or back angles, back tracking. You can use all these kind of things for it. So I'll be talking about the controls, general position, and kind of how it translates as well. So I won't be covering absolutely everything, but hopefully be able to give you some sort of insight in how to do it better and what the controls are. So head down, in-face carving. So first we're going to see the general position of how we start. So the shape of the body, just like a lot of the other positions when we start straightening out, is obviously straight. Okay, we might have a slight arch to it or something like this, but we're generally aiming to cause this shape here that's in the red. The eyes are looking back at the other side of the tunnel. The arms are neutral, kind of just going up. They might be slightly forward, so they're sitting slightly forward of the burble, and you can use these to brake, which you're going to see later on as well. The legs are straight. These are your jet engines. These are your controls. Okay, so trying to really keep those straighter. They don't need to be tense, but just more straight. Okay, just like if I'm standing here now, I'm not needing to hold tension in my body. I'm just standing straight, or if you're lying on the ground straight like that. It's obviously not something you can get straight away. It just takes time. Okay, so this is the same position as the back angles as well. To go faster or up or down, I'll show you how to do that in a sec as well. So first we're going to cover how to go up. So just like when you're out face or on your belly or anything like this, by exposing more surface area of the arms here, like this, compared to on the inside of the body, this is going to allow you to go up and down. By pulling them closer to the torso, which means it's closer in the burble, which I've shown on other videos about the burble, this is going to allow you to go down because you're presenting less surface area. The more surface area you present, the slower you're going to go, so the more ability you are going to gain to go up or down. So you can control the up and down with many ways. You can also do it with the head, flattening the body out, as well as the arms too. So this here, in this demonstration, I'm showing the arms. Okay, more exposure, less exposure, I start dropping. More. You can see I kind of stalled out there, I pushed a bit too much. Now here I can also do the head, so you can see where my eyes have now gone from pointing over here, they're now pointing up around this area. Now compared to my body before, sitting kind of in this orientation, my body is naturally flattened, and because I've looked up and changed the profile of my body, so my body is a bit flatter. Okay, the distance between my legs and my head have stayed the same, but because I'm presenting more surface area, this is also going to take me up. So you can use this in combination with the arms, vice versa, to be able to go up and down by changing the surface area and how the pitch of your body essentially. So I go up slightly here, but not too much more, stop. So there I do slightly kind of change the pitch of my body again. You can see here, only ever so slightly, as well as the arms, and I've started going up. There again, so I'm kind of combining both. The torso is a lot more subtle. This is how what we use to go up and down when we're doing these big kind of dynamic lines and stuff like this, by just exposing more surface area of the torso. So you'll see here now I've gone from moving my arms from slightly forward of the body to back, and all of a sudden my speeds increase a little. If I want to slow down, I'm going to move them forward of the body. This is going to counteract this shape at the back. So it doesn't necessarily stop you completely, because you do have the more forward drive from causing more of a shape, an angular shape, with the entire surface of the area of the body, which is going to be larger than the arms. So you will still move forward slightly, but just not as quick. If you want to stop that, what you can do is take those surface area of the legs away, kind of bring them down a little bit, and this is going to put you in more of a shelf position, and that will actually stall you out and kind of stop you a bit more, as well as using the arms. So let's see what I'm talking about here. I do a couple of demonstrations with the arms. Go faster, slower, faster, slower. You can see the difference in the profile of my arms here now compared to what was before. I do slightly bend those legs as well, so I'm kind of hanging off these slightly too. So they are forwards the body compared to straight up and down. Now you'll notice when I move my arm back, I'm not pulling them back past my hip. They're staying in front of the body. So essentially they're staying at the same horizontal level the whole time. I'm just trying to move them around in a circular motion around my body rather than straight back, because what happens if I take this, let's see if we can go back. You can see how they go wide there. If I just go straight forwards to back, I'm going to lose this surface area that I have here on the side. So this is aiding me in being able to stay up off the net. So if I brought my arms from forward along this line just straight back towards my hips, I'm going to lose that surface area for a split second. So what I'm thinking about trying to do is trying to keep that surface area exposed as I'm bringing them forward. So now I'm trying to keep the same surface area forward as what I had on the side. And I'm just bringing it around in a circular motion. It does work if you do it forward and backwards. It's just going to give a bit of a jolt or a shock. So as much as you can, try to bring it around your body. Feel where that burble is. Feel where that dead spot that your torso is creating. See that slight around, forward, around, not forward and back. Okay, I think here we're going to do some up faster and slow, and the next thing we're going to get onto is switches. Cool, so it's pretty clear to see what I'm talking about there. Around the body. So now the switch, what we're thinking about is changing the direction. So we're going to try and swing our body around. So this is done by changing the profile of the shoulders, okay, and thinking about having like a steering wheel and changing your body like this. There's so many analogies we can go through: riding a motorbike, doing a cutback on a board, a skateboard, snowboard, surfboard. It's just driving a car and doing handbraking and trying to spin the rear wheels out, doing a dolly or something. So there's many analogies we can use for this. It's just essentially trying to get the rear end of your body around, rotating around the top half of your body. Okay, so if we're carving, say, into the right direction, we want to try and rotate our body all the way around to face the opposite direction, and then we're going to start moving forwards and then around the tunnel again. So you'll see what I mean here in a sec. So there we go. You can see that slight change there. With the arms are neutral. Now I'm changing them around so they're forward. I'm keeping the profile of the torso and everything neutral. You can see how my body flattens out slightly, and I apply those arms forwards like I was trying to do when I was going faster and slower, to kind of give me that second to kind of take in what's going on. And then I'm going to drive forwards and then around the tunnel and start turning. Okay, because I have all this surface area of my body in this kind of straight profile, the wind's going to come up, slip off, and then push the torso and the body in this direction. And then I'm bringing this shoulder, the trailing shoulder, back again. So you can steer in many ways. You can steer with your arms, you can steer with your head, you can steer with your legs. Think of if your legs, if they're here like this and you're causing this shape, it's going to slide you this way. If you're doing this, it's going to slide you this direction. If you're already sliding this direction and you drop the leg or lift the leg up, because you have that momentum and you're causing a angular shape with the body, it's going to cause you to start drifting up. If you're going the opposite way, this way, and you drop this one down, it's probably going to start causing you to go down. So this is a lot more subtle movements. You have to really be fine-tuned with your movements rather than just giving it to it. Otherwise, it's just going to stall out and it's not going to work. So just think about experimenting from a neutral position. You can see here how I've dropped that trailing leg here compared to this one. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. The wind's coming up, it's slipping up, and it's going to kind of come off in this angle here. So that's what I'm also using to allow me to start carving back around this side. You don't necessarily have to use it, but I'm just pointing out here as it is a technique that you can use. The same as what you saw before, how I was moving both arms back to go faster and slower. If you do that with one arm compared to the other, it's going to induce slight turn as well. But these movements you have to be a little bit more subtle with. You can't just give hard input and expect it to work straight away. It doesn't necessarily work like that. You have to let the wind do the work rather than letting your body trying to force the wind into doing something. It's not like water, it's not going to work that way. You can see there, as I started rotating, I then brought my legs back around to neutral and allowed me to keep carving. Let's see what we get from this angle. So we can see a lot of steering going on here with my legs. So you can see how I've now lifted the leading leg compared to the bottom, and there may be a slight rise. Yep, there you go. I've slightly risen off the net just because of this placement of one leg higher than the other. And this is going to cause me to come up. If you do that with a lot of speed and more exaggerated, it's going to have more of an effect. You can see here I'm changing the profile of the feet as well, bringing it down. I'm starting to come down, and I've made them neutral again and started neutraling out again. Switching, you can see that switch with the arms. I'm facing the opposite direction, okay, so I'm not looking to the center anymore, I'm looking here at the wall. And as I start turning, I'm going to fly around the wall and then change my torso to face the center. You can see on this switch, my legs are quite neutral, okay, so they're not really doing what I said before. That's why I said it does work either way. Hopefully that's not too confusing for everyone. Here's one where I do the legs again and then back. Cool guys, so there's a whole heap of different controls and a lot of things to take in on that one. Hopefully you I'll change this. Hopefully you all learned something and can take something away from that. Try and reference this video alongside your videos and stuff as well. You can kind of pick apart the differences between us both and then see what you're doing wrong too. So thanks for watching guys, like and subscribe, share the video, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers.